Fresh butter bread by fresh butter bread. Fresh butter bread by fresh butter bread.
Listen closely. This is not just a story. It is a story of two sisters, of pain, choices, and the long road to becoming. Grace was only a year and a few months older than Ruth. So close in age, yet life dealt them very different cards. One evening, their mother's voice thundered through their small home.
Ruth, this money is not complete.
Not complete? Mama, how?
So you've started giving those useless area boys money.
Mama, no, I swear, I don't know what happened. Please believe me. Her mother's eyes hardened. You will explain what happened to this money, or I will roast you alive this night. Ruth, Mama, please. But Ruth refused to tell her mother what actually happened, because earlier that day, something had happened. That morning, under the harsh Lagos sun, Ruth was hawking bread when she saw her sister, Grace. Her sister looked weak, tired, worn, almost unrecognizable. A baby was tied to her back, coughing, his nose running. "Ruth, how far?" Grace said softly. "I went to Mushin to see my mother-in-law. Bolu has been sick. His father says he doesn't have money, so I went to collect agbojede for him." Ruth touched the baby's head and froze. "Grace, this child's body is very hot. Take him to the hospital." Grace laughed bitterly. "Hospital? With which money? It's like his father doesn't even care if he lives." Ruth looked at her sister sadly. "Grace, you are just 17 years old. You are too young for this kind of hard life. Why did you allow yourself fall into this kind of temptation?" Grace looked away. Ruth couldn't turn a blind eye to her sister's situation. Not when she had a little money on her. She used the money from her bread sales, took her sister to the nearby chemist shop and bought medicine. She also bought food, even though she knew the consequences waiting at home. But she said to herself, "Mama will be angry with me for touching this money, but I cannot allow an innocent child's condition get worse when I have some money with me." After they finished eating, Grace said, "Thank you so much, Ruth. I haven't eaten since yesterday. My mother-in-law gave us concoction rice, but I couldn't eat it because it has spoilt."
Grace, why not come back home?
I can't. You know our mother.
"She will use her mouth to finish me. Besides, I made my bed. Let me lie in it. But you, learn from my mistakes." The two sisters talked for a while before separating. The sum of 1,900 naira was missing from the money. That night, her mother beat her mercilessly, and Ruth said nothing, because she knew how vengeful and unforgiving she can be, especially when it comes to money. She would go to Grace's house and pull down the roof. Ruth's mother, while beating her, said, "Since you want to be as useless as your sister, I will help you." Life didn't get easier. Every morning, trays of bread were placed on their heads. Ruth and her sister would hawk from morning till night because they have to finish selling the entire tray before going home, or no food for them. All they have ever wanted was to go to school, but they can't because no money for school. Their father was jobless, who was always drunk. He would always be found passed out somewhere. Her elder sister Grace was married away to a mechanic after he impregnated her. She was only 16 years old. Then one day, it rained. It rained heavily. Ruth didn't make any sales because of how heavy the rain was. Ruth found shelter in an uncompleted building to hide from the rain and preserve her bread from getting wet. And there, she found a handbag at the entrance of the uncompleted building. Inside the handbag, she found important documents, a bundle of 1,000 naira notes, an identification card, and other items, including a phone that was ringing. Ruth picked the call. "Hello?" Ruth answered. A desperate voice replied, "Oh, thank God, please. I am the owner of the phone and the bag. I beg you, tell me where you are so I can come collect it. I will pay you, don't worry." Ruth shook her head, even though the woman couldn't see her. "I am at an uncompleted building. That's why I found the bag. I will wait here till you come, and you don't need to pay me." When the woman arrived, she was overwhelmed. "Oh, my dear, thank you so much. You have just saved me. Please, what is your name?"
"My name is Ruth," Ruth said. "Nice to meet you, Ruth. You said I shouldn't pay you, but I really want to return your kindness. I see you sell bread. How much is everything here? The woman asked.
Ruth, my mother said I should make 20,000 naira from selling everything. Woman, here is 50,000 naira. I'm paying for the whole bread and you can keep the remaining. Here's my card. Call me anytime you need anything. Thank you so much. Oh, and my name is Joy. Then she left hurriedly. Ruth stood frozen and dumbfounded. She had never seen or held such amount before. When she got home, she told her mother everything. Her mother took all the money and flogged her. So that is why you didn't sell all the bread I sent you to sell, her mother said. The next day, Ruth decided she was going to call Joy and tell her about her situation. She borrowed a phone and made the call. After the call, Joy decided she was going to help Ruth. That night, Ruth was thrown out of her parents' house. She was accused of stealing and was thrown out. Ruth had nowhere to go. She couldn't go to her sister for help. Grace herself was living in abuse. The last time she saw Grace, she had bruises all over her body. So Ruth slept outside until morning. Then she called Joy. And that call changed everything. Joy took her in. From now on, she said, this is your home. Ruth went to school for the first time. She completed 6 years of secondary school, then 4 years of university. That's 10 years in total. By the time she was done with her education, she became 24 years old. And Grace, who is now 26 years old, with her son Bolu, who is now 10 years old. By this time, Ruth had transformed completely. She became the CFO of Joy's company, and despite everything, she went back for Grace. She rescued her from her abusive marriage, she paid for Grace's education, she paid for her son's education too. But wounds don't always heal easily. One day, Grace said gently, "Don't you think we should see our parents?" Ruth's face hardened. "After everything? No." "Grace, Ruth, what? Do you know what I went through in our mother's hands?"
Grace, regardless, she's our mother. Is it for you to say you didn't live with her long enough to see what I endured?
But Grace insisted, and a few weeks later, their mother showed up with Grace behind her. Can you imagine? "Ruth, so this is the life you are now enjoying and you forgot your mother. Mama, what are you doing here? Grace, what is this? Ruth, you useless girl. I carried you for 9 months. I fed you and this is how you repay me? Anyways, it's all right. I just wanted to tell you that your father and I need some money." After their mother had left, Ruth was alone with her sister.
Didn't I tell you that I did not want to see her? Ruth said. Grace, don't say that. She's your mother no matter what. I went to see them and I told them everything. And she decided she wanted to see you. How is that a bad thing?
Ruth angrily walked out. Her mother kept demanding for more and more money. Ruth would be called ungrateful whenever she would complain. And somehow, Ruth gave in. She kept sending money again and again. Until one day, Ruth received a letter that states that a loan of 10 million naira was approved in Ruth's name without her knowledge. She immediately called the loan company and found out that it was her own mother who took the loan in her name, and Grace was involved. Ruth drove all the way to meet her parents. "Mama, do you want to ruin my life?" she asked her mother. "What do you need 10 million naira for?" Grace said, "Why are you questioning Mama?" "Grace, I am so disappointed in you. So after everything I did for you," she asked, "you planned with Mama to ruin my life?" Her mother didn't flinch. "I am your mother. I gave birth to you. I have the right to do whatever I want. I need that money to do something important. The money you have been sending isn't doing anything for me. It's too small. I'm sure you have the money to pay it back. You're just being stingy," Grace said coldly. That was the moment Ruth realized that her family would never change. Ruth left her parents' house heartbroken and in tears, but she realized crying wouldn't fix the problem. After she left, she immediately called the loan company and reported the loan as fraud. She cut all contacts and ties with her family and walked away completely. Months later, she left the country to start a new life, far from the pain, the betrayal, and the past that tried to hold her back. And so this story teaches us something deep. Sometimes the people you suffer for are the same people you must learn to live without. And sometimes Walking away is not wickedness, it is survival.